Okay, this question is a 6 marker, and it tells us that there are 3 common methods of getting metals from the Earth's crust, and it wants us to describe how the position in the reactivity series helps us to identify the method that is used. So, to help with this, what I've done is I've put the reactivity series here for you so we can see it. And then I've actually placed where carbon would be in the reactivity series because that's a good reference point. So let's have a look at the metals they want. The first one is aluminium. So aluminium, what we're going to say here is that aluminium is more reactive than carbon, and therefore I cannot heat it with carbon to remove the oxide from aluminium oxide. It won't work. So therefore, what we have to use is the process of electrolysis. Electrolysis uses electricity in order to make the aluminium, and therefore electrolysis is expensive. To show the reaction taking place, I've got the equation here. So we start off with aluminium oxide, we do our electrolysis, and it forms aluminium and releases oxygen. So my aluminium now has been separated. Next one in the list was iron. Iron, if we go back up to my reactivity series, so iron is below carbon, so therefore I can use carbon to react with iron oxide and remove the oxide. So we heat it with carbon. Carbon is more reactive than the iron is because it's higher in the reactivity series, and therefore carbon reduces the iron. So what that means is the carbon reacts with iron oxide and it takes the iron and leaves it on its own because the carbon takes away the oxygen to form carbon dioxide. This process is cheaper because carbon is less expensive than, say, the electricity we used for electrolysis. Gold and silver, 2 similar approaches here. Both gold and silver are reactive, and therefore we find them as the elements in the Earth's crust. We find gold as gold, and we find silver as silver, and therefore there's no reduction required at all to get the metals from the ground. In terms of points, I think I've got 17 bullet points here. So if you are getting 15 or more, then you sell 6, and then work out how many points you get for this particular question.